Thank you very much. As Mayor of Bloomington, I'm honored to be here for the 67th anniversary of the world's largest democracy. And certainly one of the things that is really, really critical for all Americans to understand, the amount, the debt that we owe the Indian subcontinent and the movement, because Martin Luther King Jr., who began the 381-day bus boycott in Montgomery, Alabama, was heavily influenced by what happened in terms of the cause of freedom and nonviolence in India. And that was a really critical moment for us. From 1955 until 1968, Martin Luther King led what we now call our civil rights movement, and it helped us make a more perfect union. We had non-whites who couldn't even go into public places and not vote in 1/4 of our nation. And by 1968, that was a very different environment. 103 years after our Civil War, for the first time in American history, a majority of non-whites voted and could go into public places. This is something where America made a great leap forward. We were held to task for the types of rhetoric that we had in our Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We finally got to the point where we really began to respect and appreciate all human beings, regardless of their race, regardless of their religion, regardless of their background. And that's the movement that really helped in our country. And we owe much of that to Gandhi and all of your traditions. So I'm thrilled to be here. This is a wonderful celebration. I'm always happy to be part of McLean County Indian Association. It is truly a gem. It's really a reflection of the broader diversity that our community is finally embracing. It's the very part of wisdom and understanding of humanity, not the nature of ignorance that most frankly of human civilization has embraced. And we've got a few candidates that are running for president that seem to want to do that. We have to look forward, not backward. Enlightenment is our future. That's how human beings get to the next level. And I certainly look forward to participating in this and other events throughout the year and beyond. Thank you so much, and welcome on behalf of City of Bloomington.
National Women's Day started out just as a way for us women in this community to learn about other countries. But a number of years ago, we decided to change it to where we learned about each other, women, and how we were alike, things that we had in common, and we are doing that through conversation. So I hope that some of you will choose to come. I have flyers on the back, and it's been a great event, and this year I think we're going to tackle a little bit more difficult subject, the idea of women. We know that we are our best support network, but sometimes we are our worst critics, and it's going to be a great conversation about how to learn how to support each other better and to take criticism in a way that pushes us forward. So I hope some of you can join us this year. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity to be with you today. I just think there's so much resonance between celebrating the independence of India and what I was invited to speak a few moments about, which is Not in Our Schools. Not in Our Schools honors those same values, those same qualities of life that are important for us to seek, that we really believe in. And as Mayor Renner said, certainly the movement that started things like Not in Our Schools was inspired by Gandhi and others who worked with him. And so we have a great legacy that we honor as we carry on this work here. I'll tell you a little bit about Not in Our Schools, but I also invite you, there's some flyers on the table right at the entrance. So if you'd like to know more, or if you'd like to join us in some way, either Not in Our Town or Not in Our School, work in this community, please feel free to take one. And I'm going to invite Aishwarya to come up with me to share some information about this. Aishwarya is very critical to what's happening. We started with a specific Not in Our School campaign about 1.5 years ago. Our goal is to infiltrate, basically. We hope that every school in this community will embrace the work of creating safe and inclusive communities in the school, education communities for all. One of the new newest terms that we're using is talking about the creation of places that are identity safe. The concept identity safe is meant to be very broad and inclusive, theoretically, in that we're not talking about any specific category of person that's safe, but rather that anyone is safe based on a perceived identity or a claimed identity or any way in which one might conceive of identity. So our mission is that this community will be a place where all educational institutions are safe for every identity. There are a lot of things we're doing. I'm happy to discuss those with you if you want to know more in depth. But this is really about the students, and the adults in this movement are most concerned about the things that we can do to empower students.